So this meeting will be conducted in two phases actually. So for the first about 5 minutes, I'll be speaking a little bit about what is the target of this particular event and what we are going to talk about, set the context, and then I'll hand over the session to Ms. Jayasree Ghosh, who is already on this meeting as well. So I'll explain more about her and her presence a little while later. But then she will continue from there, and she will speak more in detail about this whole thing. So to start with, first of all, let me give you a little bit brief about us, a little brief about what Essprom Academy is. So Essprom Academy is basically, we are an organization, we are about 10-year-old organization, and we work in the area of consulting, in the areas of data management, data analytics, ERP, as well as financial management for corporations. So we have offices, we are headquartered in India, and we have offices in Singapore as well as in Sydney, Australia. Recently, in the last year, the training division of Essprom separated from the main company, consulting division, and it started being called as Essprom Academy. And the function of this particular division is to create knowledge and enable people to become ready for the job market. Now, we come from a completely industrial background, and all of us are working professionals in some area or the other. So, we want to basically share our experience with all of you so that you are able to take that experience forward and use it in the professional field. So we conduct these programs for passing out college students, for people who have already passed out, they are working and maybe 2 to 3 years experience looking for a job. And the third category is we carry out programs for corporates or professionals who are wishing to change their life. I mean, they might be working in some area, moving to some other area. So that's our job. We conduct various programs in different technologies, and always there is an expert in that technology who helps us with that program. And all of them invariably are working professionals in that particular technology. So this particular session that we are having today, we are going to talk about data. So as you all know, data is one of the most important commodities as far as the current technological world goes. And a lot of data is getting created. Some of it is good, clean. However, most of it is random data that is getting created. However, that data contains a lot of meaningful information. So, this information, a lot of very critical information can actually be taken out, can actually be extracted from that data after some amount of messaging and some amount of cleaning is done. Now, as you all know, data is an extremely important commodity, and the future of marketing, the future of business, the future of countries, the future of corporation is going to be relying on this data content. So it is important that we spread the knowledge of how to deal with data and how to actually present this data to our people who need it. Now, I am assuming all the people who are on this particular session are mostly from a technical background. Now, we are in the business of managing this data and getting the information out of the data. There's another community, which is the user community, which is the corporations who need this data to actually do their day-to-day tasks. And with the advent of AI, with the advent of latest technology, what is happening is much of this process is getting automated, and a lot of managers are looking at some of these trends, some of these tools in order to look at the future, predict the business, find out the financial trends that are happening. So, we get inputs from our customers almost on a daily basis. I need to understand what's going to happen tomorrow. Now, that's not an easy thing to do. So, with the help of technology and with the help of the AI that is inbuilt within the technology, we try to give them meaningful information. Now, how we do it, that is exactly what we are going to discuss. Now, please be aware that the concept of reporting, the concept of data analysis and reporting may be done through some tools like Power BI. However, there is a lot of background that needs to go into creating these things to actually use such tools. So these tools are concepts of, the tools actually work on the concepts of data warehousing, the concepts of SQL, the concepts of a little bit of programming using Python. So what we've tried is, we have tried to combine all of this into a single program, so that we are able to churn out an engineer who's ready from all aspects. So they can go and pass in any data-oriented interview at any part of the world after doing this. Of course, there is a lot of onus on the trainee itself, because you have to be very serious about this course. So this course is 80 hours, which is a long duration. Just to give you a little bit of tidbit, the plan is to do it 3 days a week, 2 hours a day. So that means we cover 6 hours per week. Typically, this course takes about 2 months of duration to complete. Okay, so we plan to do it on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. We saw that, if we do it every day or if we rush this course, it is extremely difficult for the candidates to catch up. And most of our candidates are working somewhere. So this is like a side thing they are doing. So we try to keep it at a very comfortable pace. However, it is a little intense. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we try to do it in the late evening, so that you can do it after work or school or wherever you are. And on Saturday, we can decide. We can do it in the morning, in the afternoon, in the evening. But typically, we decide the exact timing of the classes in the first class. So we convene on the first day, we discuss with everybody, find out everybody's what is their convenience, and accordingly we set up the time for the courses. So that's what we will do for this one also. The proposed start date of this course is 23rd of April, and this course is going to be dealt with by Ms. Jayasree, who is here on this call. And she is a professional with more than 15 years of experience in India, abroad, with the top 5 companies of the world, working on this particular field. So there is nobody better than her who can actually take this course, and she takes this course on a regular basis for various people. So she'll be doing it here as well. So, Jayasree madam, are you there?
Yeah. Hi everyone. Good evening.
So, good evening. From now, I will hand over this session to Jayasree madam. She is the person who knows this course like the back of her hand, and she will be discussing more details about this course. Kindly listen to her, and if you have any questions, you can put it on the chat box and I'll pass it on to her, or we will open up this session for live discussions after she finishes so that we are not interrupted in between. So at that point of time, uh, you are going to have a chance to ask her any questions. So over to you, Jayasree madam. You can start off with a little bit of background information about yourself and then go on to the details of the course and data and BI. Thank you.
Thanks, Mr. Bhattacharya. So, good evening, everyone. As already given a little bit of info about me, but I'd like to tell about myself for around 15 minutes, and then we start with today's session, which is main purpose. And I would like to take you through the journey of to give you the idea about what is data analytics all about. So, as we are going to start a new batch with the session, and which is going to be 80 hours, which will include different platforms, tools, and methodologies to learn about end-to-end process of data analytics, right? So, before starting with the actual learning, we planned about having one session, kind of interactive session which can give you more clarity about what you are going to learn from this, what you are going to gain, and how it is going to help you in your future, in your career, right? So before that, as I told, I'm just going to look into about myself. So having spent my entire career spans more than 15 years in this field of data analytics and AI, which is boom in current market. You all know that, right? And I have had a kind of proven track record of delivering data-driven products from scratch with a mission to nurture smarter data teams across the globe. I have chosen to bring practical and top quality education in the field of data analytics for all, for all professionals, candidates, or students who are actually thinking about to make their career in this field. So my approach goes beyond tools. I focus on building analytical thinking and problem-solving skills mainly. So I have trained learners through practical case study-driven sessions aligned with industry needs. So my goal is very simple: to make you job ready and confident in applying the data analytics in real scenarios, not with only theoretical part, but executed through practical, logical way of mind. So let's move to the discussion, which is the purpose for today's session. I'm going to just start with a conceptual idea about what is data analytics end to end, to have a little bit of understanding, which will give you the foundational conceptual thinking about it. So I'm just going to share my screen, and please don't hesitate to ask me any questions while I'm going through this journey. I'm taking you through this journey actually. I hope you can see my screen. It's visible.
It's coming. It's
can
coming.
see-
Yeah, we can see the screen.
So this is the agenda for today's session. We will understand what is data analysis, a step-by-step approach. We will understand what's the actual demand in the market for different professions related to data, and we will understand the different job profile and what we are offering in this course, right? So let's understand first the life cycle of data. Right? So let's talk about the first stage, which is collection of data. Now, in today's world, when we are talking about data analysis or data science or data, maybe engineering, would have heard about all these words, all these terminologies, and it could have, gained or raised few questions in your mind. What is actually data engineering? We have heard about engineering, computer engineering, and a different engineering, but what is data engineering? or we have heard about science, but what is data? We have heard about analysis, research, but what is data? Right. So this is nothing but end of the day you are working with data, you are playing with your data, right? And to this world, even it started around 20 years back. So the companies who are actually in the business, they understood if I, as a business owner, I need to be in the market. I need to have the understanding about my status, my standard in this market, in this industry. And that is only possible by having some comparison analysis with my competitors, right? Like as a very simple example, I owning a big book shop. Okay, so how can I have the growth as a business owner? How can I understand whether actually my bookshop has that demand in the market or not? Whether I'm able to fulfill customer demand or not? That's only possible by looking at some survey from the customer, from the market, understand the expectations, understand the how my competitors are doing in this industry. So if you just focus on my explanation, there are few points which I raised. How my competitors are doing, what is the expectation in the market, what is the demand, and what are the areas where even I'm lacking, I'm not able to fulfill the expectation. So basically, it comes from demand and supply, right? So to get answer from all these questions, first we need to have the information, right? For without information, it's not possible to get the result. The informations, the data is lying in that information. So basically, each and every moment in this world, whatever is happening, everything is generating some information, or we can say raw data. So if we just look at this, this is the area, raw data, right? So each and every action is actually generating some data, some information. And we need to understand as an analyst, as a scientist, as a data engineer, as per our job profile, how to utilize that raw data to convert into meaningful information or meaningful data to be utilized based on the different business requirements, right? And that is where this step lies on data collection. There can be different sources of collecting the data, right? The data can come from internal portal, data can come from public websites, data can come manually, written, email. There are lots of ways of collecting data. Once data is collected, then the data collection part is done and it goes into the stage of transformation. Okay, that is called ETL. So I will not go much down inside this. I will just give you the idea, the concept. Okay. ETL. Sorry, someone can you
All participants are requested to mute yourself, please.
Thank you. So, as I said, I will not go much deep down on the part of technology, but I hope there are some people who are already from technology background. Rest of the people, they will have this understanding. It's requested to please mute yourself so that we can continue listening. Thanks. So, as I was discussing about ETL, and that is all about transforming the data, right? And the raw data which we are collecting, it is transforming into meaningful information to be utilized further for different steps of data analytics and storing somewhere. That is called database. Okay. Once my data is transformed and stored, then we can start with different steps. The first step is EDA. EDA means exploratory data analysis. So if you just look at this word, exploratory means exploring the data, or we can say mining the data. So mining is nothing but you're just doing some more research on something, right? You're mining or trying to understand what is there more, right? So the data is also comes in this way. It has lots of layers, lots of hidden informations. Just we need to explore it according to our need, and we get different kind of meaning from that, different kind of informations from that, which can be utilized again in different manner. And thus, there are lots of stages. As an example, I have pointed out few, that you're cleaning the data, right? To get this standardized based on your business, you are, working on data anomaly. Anomaly is nothing but you're working on some trend, and from the trend, by drawing the trend, you are able to understand which are the areas or which are the data points which are not part of the trend, outliers, or just outside of the range of your business. That can be sudden growth of the sales, the sudden dip of the sales amount, or some transactions which are not, normal in the sense of your range of range which you are drawing, maybe last 5 years, or week on week trend, month on month trend. There can be lots of different ways of calculating the, right? As I said, obviously it depends on your domain, depends on your business, based on the retail. Then you can have some other information also gathered from this. It's like I have pointed out, standardization, working on duplicated data. If you have some duplication of the data, the whole analysis can go in wrong way altogether. So that is also very important to work on this. Correct? So these are the stages which are involved in this stage called EDA. And to work on it, we have lots of different platforms or tools or languages which we have some idea about, I believe, like we have heard about it, right? Python, we work on SQL, we work on R. So these are different languages or tools which we normally use to work on this. And in this course, we will be learning that. We will be learning Python, we'll be learning SQL, which is a query language, and that is the only language to talk with your database. When you are working with the database, data warehouse, to connect with your data warehouse, play with the data, any kind of extraction, modification, and updation of the data, you need to learn SQL, and you need to learn Python for other kind of EDA operations. And once your data, your EDA part is done, the next part starts with reporting, dashboarding, it's generating different business insights, giving recommendations to your business owner. It's all comes under visualization. And the tools are Power BI, Tableau. You can see here we have each. Okay, these are called business intelligence tool. So not only you are creating different graphical presentations, dashboards, but you are working on different kind of calculations, generating insights, which can be very important and valuable for the business owner to have the understanding. And just go through the view, right? Collect one view and get understanding. Okay, so let's understand what's the reason of creating this. Let's say I'm the business owner, and as I said, there are every day millions and billions of records are getting generated for the business. Those can be transactional data, those can be sales related data, those can be customer feedback related data, or any other, right? Now, it's very tough, or it's close to impossible for the leadership team or the business owner to go through each and every data. Like those are raw data as record, right? And gather insights from that. Rather, if you give them a graphical presentation, it becomes easier for them to get the understanding at one view in few seconds. Blink of the eyes, you can just understand how my company is doing in terms of my competitors in this market, in terms of customer expectation. If we are lacking somewhere, if we are able to fulfill, if we are fulfilling, then how much of percentage we are able to do that, and how much we need to grow ourselves in near future. That's very important, and that's kind of benefit of having this, right? And okay, so everyone, I just tried giving some idea till here. Anyone, any questions, please let me know, and I can continue with this. And I will then give you the understanding of current market, uh, as I told you about the demand, about other ways, other parts of it. So, till here, any questions? Am I able to give you the idea? Are you getting it? Are you clear with this?
If anybody has
Yeah.
any questions, feel free to unmute yourself
So
and
what
ask.
will, yeah. And in fact, what will I do? You can just post your questions here too. We can have some 5-10 minutes. We can keep for that, and we can have the discussion. I can give some explanation on that. Okay. So yeah, thanks, Shoha, for your response. Others, you are free to write in the chat box. Okay. So what's the next level? The next level is data models. You can see in this area, you can say in this chart. So data model is nothing but once your insights are generated, recommendations are generated, you got the graphical presentations, different trends. Now your data is ready to create some models which are very much related to your statistics. So basically, you're working on, if you got the problem statement, we will talk about that also. A very a simple manner to give you some understanding. When working on it at starting, you need to understand the problem statement. Okay, because ultimately, end of the day, we are giving a business owner solution. But solution for what? Right? Solution for what? Solution only can be given when there is a problem live. So to give a proper solution, we need to understand the problem very clearly. If we can understand the problem statement, based on that only, we will be able to give the perfect solution. It is possible we have lots of different approach. We know lots of statistical analysis. We know lots of methodology to create different data models using different statistical approach, machine learning approach. But if I don't have any clarity of the business problem, then everything is pointless. So the first step always, as a data analyst or as a data scientist, business intelligence analyst, or let's say data engineer, whatever your profile is, first need to understand what is the problem where I'm going to work. Then I will start with the solution. In that case, if I have 20 or 100 approaches, I will be able to figure out what is the approach actually I need to work on. I'll be able to narrow down the list of my solutions. It will reduce my effort. It will reduce my time. Correct? And the whole process will become very smooth and very simple. So that is the approach. So in this session from today, we are just going to get the concept. Once you start with the actual learning journey, actual the session of 80 hours, we will go through each and every concept or which I'm talking about in detail in practical manner. Okay, so don't worry about it. Just try to raise more and more questions. The more questions you have in your mind, more answers you will get, and it will make your path more clear on the learning journey. That is what is the simplest way of learning in perfect manner. That is what we expect from the student. That is what I expect from my student or the candidates. Okay, and we are here to obviously help you. So how many times you have doubt, we are here to explain it. When we are doing it practically, it will become more easy, right? So that's all about, in very simple manner, what is data analytics end-to-end life cycle, how it, gets executed, how we normally work, and what are the different platforms or tools we use for each and every stage or the layer, right? Till here, if you have any questions, again I'm saying you can post in the chat box, and it will be great if you can put a thumbs up, like I will understand you got the clarity on this, that will help me to have more understanding, and questions put in chat box. We will discuss at the end of the session. Okay, I will try to give all the answers to your questions. I will quickly go to the next slide. Okay. So I hope you can see the slide which is talking about the demand of data professionals in the market. Right? So I have tried, taking some data from the survey by Times of India. So it is coming from last year. Okay. This year, each and every year, it comes around end of the year. So till the latest data I don't have, as it has not been published. But whatever data we have, based on that, also you can get the idea. The demand for data professionals in India and the United States has been experiencing significant growth, right? So it's reflecting increasing importance of data analytics across various industries. Here's an overview based on available data that we have extracted from various sources. So market demand for data analytics skills based on 24-25. The Indian job market is projected to grow by 9% in 25. So it is 25 data. Obviously, you can understand by 26 it will be more, obviously. And with sectors like IT, retail, telecom, and BFSI driving this expansion. Notably, the roles in AI and machine learning have seen 39% surge in demand, indicating a shift towards specialized skill set in data analytics. As I told you, nowadays the AI also getting involved, and the the shift is again growing very high. So you can say 39%. I believe it is going towards 50% this year. Okay. The next past 5 years growth, you can see this is the trend in analytics. In areas data analytics market is experiencing significant growth in 24 and generated $14.72 billion revenue, and by 30 the projected growth is $42.52 billion. Okay. So the growth rate you can see is 20.7% from 25 to 23. That is the 5 years growth analytics. Okay. Next, the very important points I tried to keep just together to give the understanding. Okay. Problematic areas. Why these roles are very important. Still, where all the companies in this industry lacking, and how much the percentage lacking. So you can see these are the 1, 2, and 3, 4 different kind of category. I have just given through different colors. The first point is no big data and no plans for the future. The second, no big data, but maybe in the future. The third is big data as pilot project. Fourth, the big data part of business process. So through this color combinations, you can see which one is, in which area lacking. So we have data privacy issues in this kind of sector. Like it's all about safety of personal data and where you're lacking. So you can see 35% of the companies are actually having no big data, and there is no plan also. So these are the areas which shows the opportunity for this role. So you can understand the more percentage is lying in this sector, right? This orange, deep orange. The opportunity is lying more here. Okay? But company processes are not mature enough. In this kind of category, already some big data is processed, and in fact they have some plans for the future. In fact, you can see lack of compelling business case, cannot make big data usable for end users, cost. Till here, these problems, we already have some projected areas where any kind of data professionals are being hired. Still, we have some areas where it's lacking and companies are working on it. So basically, just wanted to give an idea. If you just have a look in your open eye, still more than 50% of the areas are there where the future is being ready. to be hired, right? So the opportunities are still very high. If we are actually taking this profile as our career journey, a huge opportunity and huge areas are there to get the success through this journey. Okay. Some real world applications. Uh, I have just pointed out, highlighted few areas, but there are lots of other areas too. Okay. So let's say healthcare, very important domain. I hope you all have idea about what is domain. Domain is nothing but it's a categorical segregation of business. We call domain like healthcare, then marketing, finance, sports, pharma, telecom, right? These are called different domains or business categories. Now I tried highlighting few areas where the real world application is being executed in data science. So through data science, the healthcare industry is growing. If we talk about insurance sector. So earlier this insurance, you know, buying one insurance for a person, it was very manual. Nowadays, if you see, there are lots of analysis going on, and based on someone's past trend of the journey health wise, the test informations and age, some at least more than 70 to 80% part is being analyzed automatically. There is no human intervention required, and that is making the whole insurance journey, even the cost also very uh, you know whole calculation very easier to understand, and it goes to very perfect ratio, right? Then if you go to finance, there are lots of divisions, subdivisions in banking sector, in finance sector, where already without data science it's not possible to manage the whole process entry. Already being used for like last 10 years, 15 years. In fact, in marketing, if you see in today's day, the AI and how this data science and AI is evolving the marketing sector. It is becoming customer segmented focused, right? Like if you log into your Google or if you log into your Facebook, the categorical way of advertisement you get, right? I will not get that because the interest for both the people are different. Yeah, I'm looking for, some gadget. I'm gadget freak person. I'm looking for some different gadgets. I will start getting some advertisement of related to this kind of companies like Boat or some other companies on nice speakers, nice headphones, phones. Someone is very sick about dress up, so they will start getting more advertisement in that sector. So this is how the whole process is getting involved. Now, if I look at the sports, right? In earlier days, the teams used to win through only their skill sets. Now, not only 11 players are involved or coach involved, but there are lots of analysts. They are involved each and every over. If I take cricket as an example, each and every over is being analyzed. Some data is getting gathered, and actually they are day in day out they are working on those data and giving so many hidden informations to the players through which they can actually utilize, and they can actually can gain from those hidden and insights, right? So this is kind of example of how the whole this data science or analytics actually impacting the real world application, and how this is important, and how without this professionals, the whole business sector, the whole industry is actually cannot even go one work away, right? So I hope you can get the vibe of it. Now let's understand about different job profiles and their responsibilities. Like I have already articulated three different profiles: data scientist, data engineer, and business intelligence analyst. These three are main profiles. There are lots of other profiles also, but in industry, these are the three very important and highlighted profiles we normally start working with, right? So if I talk about data scientist, normally as a data scientist, we use statistical and machine learning techniques to identify patterns and trails in data. And our main work is to making predictions and informing business decisions. Okay, based on our prediction, the business leaders are actually taking decisions. Their decisions are getting impacted. Then data engineer, they are very much responsible to design and build infrastructure and systems that support data collection, storage, and analysis, which is called data pipeline. So pipeline means if you visualize about a pipe that is being executed data in. Like I'm taking the data, transforming it, storing it, and then I'm sending it for the needs. That is called the whole data pipeline. And data engineer is actually responsible to keep this whole pipeline executed in perfect way. Right? So you can see the next point, managing and maintaining large data sets and the databases, ensuring the data is accurate, accessible, and secure. And the last profile is business intelligence analyst. Their work is to collecting and analyzing data to help organizations make better business decisions and using data visualization software to present data in a way that is easy for non-technical stakeholders to understand. So we can say it becomes very easy to get the understanding of my current business state in a one way. So this is all about different profiles and different responsibilities in the data. Let's talk about next opportunity growth for next 5 years for different profiles. If I talk about data scientists, okay, just see these are the highlights. Okay, so we can see the job growth 35%, 2 lakhs plus new data science roles expected worldwide by 2029. Global job openings again 11.5 million, 29 projection, and 85% growth in the enterprise, increasing investment in database. So basically, the investment is getting increased by 85% for different enterprises, and these are the demand. If you see, based on different industries, right? And this is the growth projected job growth. So in 24 already we are standing here, and this is next 3 years. How it's projected to be growth, and different industries like technology is the highest number of industry demand 24%, and then it follows by finance, healthcare, e-commerce, marketing, and consulting. Right? Average salary trend, you can see it's given in dollar as it's a global report. The source here also you can see from McKinsey and Company. Then we have Future of Work, and then World Economic Forum, and we then LinkedIn Economic Graph. We have Gartner's report and Glassdoor salary insights. So these all are information very authentic, sourced by different big names, researchers from global. And here these are the top skills in demand by 29. The first, machine learning, statistical analysis, then Python programming, SQL engineering, data visualization, big data, deep learning, and cloud culture. Okay, so that is what about data scientist. Same way, if you look at data engineer, right? The same way, we can say 36% of projected job growth, 334,000 plus. It's huge, right? The roles expected worldwide, and then 13.8 million global data engineer analytics job openings, 91% growth in the investment level, and 26% and 14% for technology and finance, and then it just grows in this way. You can see this is my salary growth by 27 to 29. The growth is 5%. We are standing here in around 3.5%. Then these are the top skills and the techniques. Have a look. And as I already explained, these are the sources where you have got this report. And this becomes BI analyst, 33% growth, 226,000 plus roles, 8.8 million global BI analytics job openings, 87% growth in the investment part, and starting from 22% in technology sector and 9% in finance. It goes in this way for different percentages. And you have different growth of the salary. You can see we are standing around 6%, close to 6%, and it goes till 8.8% by 29. Total 33%, which is matching. And top skills in demand, you can see data visualization, Tableau, Power BI, SQL, database query, in finance analysis, KPI reporting, data warehouse, Snowflake, SQL, advanced Excel and Power Query, cloud, and data storage. So this is how each and every role is actually evolved, and you can see the next 5 years growth in the market and the role and responsibilities. Just do the last information that you wanted to show you. So just quickly clear. So you can see I have just added a latest Gartner report. This shows which are the tools in BI leading the areas, and there are 4 different categories: challengers, niche players, visionaries, and leaders. And this is what about Power BI. So this session involves Power BI, and this is the reason. The Microsoft is actually leading the whole industry in BI, right? And that is why we have taken Microsoft Power BI as the tool for our BI. And other information you can have a look. We have tried giving some information already. We have seen in last slide. So that is all about in the whole concept of what we are going to learn and what we are going to achieve, how we are going to achieve everything. I can see some questions already posted. Obviously, Jayasree, I will come with the answers. Okay, at the end of the session, once I complete this one. Quickly, I will show you what we are actually offering from the session. That will be the last slide. What are the offerings? Okay, data collections, the technical skills, producing knowledge on different sources to collect data. EDA, exploring and organizing data to create insights and models. ETL, extracting, transform, and storing raw data. Building logical sense, which is very important because, as you know, without this, nothing is meaningful. So we are actually focusing on this very much. We will be taking you through the practical journey of how to apply logical sense in each and every step and execute this practically. Okay. Understanding data and business problem statement, as I told, that's very important. Understanding the problem statement, then understanding the data, because the main reason, as a small example, for telecom sector, so if we will understand about what's KPI, right? Key performance indicator. So each and every domain comes with different KPI. So basically, let's talk about problem statement. The problem statement is lying down on telecom sector, that is never staying in banking sector, not possible. So if you don't understand the data, if you don't understand what's the domain, then the solution you will be providing that will not go with your problem. So as it's important, problem statement, same way this is also important. This is also right? Understanding the data. The next is statistical and logical way of analyzing the business data and create different models as per requirements. Creating different dashboards using various graphical presentation or visualization, which generates business insights to highlight problems to be focused areas or shortcuts. All over helping leaders to think on the actual solution and grow their business. Okay, so these are all the skill sets, okay, which we are going to learn and execute throughout the journey of 8 years. And to do this, the tools we are going to use, starting from advanced Excel, then we will actually touch this area too, which we will understand it's important to automate few steps which are very manual people and which is time taking. So we will try to automate those functions by using this. Then the very important part SQL, then Python, and obviously Power BI. These are the tools which are going to be utilized. So that's all to give you the understanding of the whole course, and I'll just stop my sharing. Now I will expect few questions from your side. Already some questions posted. I will try to answer. But if you have any questions now, and if you want to ask me directly, you can do that too. You're allowed. We can take few more minutes to answer your questions and have a interactive session. First, I will try to answer a question from Devashmita Bakshi. Hi, Devashmita. Good evening. Uh, where we'll be recording of today's session. Okay, fine. Sorry, I didn't go through this question. So I hope already you got this answer. It will be available in YouTube after 2 days. So any question about this whole discussion or whole presentation which I gave to you, you're free to ask, and I will try to give my best to give you the clarity on that.
I've shared my phone number and my email as well. So I think if there are no further questions, we will stop this session now. So I would like to actually thank. I would like to sincerely thank Ms. Jayasree Ghosh